other companies. He has a nice history going on for
Very
himself.
cool.
But another question I want to ask you, and maybe one or two more questions, like how would someone, let's say we have a computer science student right now, they are a junior or senior looking for an internship or maybe even getting ready to graduate, what advice would you give to them? I'm sure you won't say, yeah, you need to go into CMMC and learn about the cybersecurity maturity model certification, but you may have more general advice for them. What would you say to that college student right now, knowing what you know, seeing what you see, and just kind of being who you are?
Sure. Yeah. Great question. So I would say they really need to think about what do they enjoy doing, because I'm sure if you went to school, computer science, from that time that you went to school or when I went to school to now, it's just so broad, right? And
Right.
if you're coming out of school and you're looking to focus somewhere, my recommendation would be to go very specific, but to really experiment on your own. If you like tinkering with computers and you like the hands-on approach to computer systems, create a lab environment at your house, and that is the way that I learned, and that is the way that I think is easiest to absorb all the material. If you go into it or come out of college and you're like, I just want to do everything, it's just an impossible
Yeah,
task,
right.
because now we have AI and machine learning and blockchain and crypto. We just
Mhm.
it's just such a big world
Yeah,
now.
it's too
So
much.
has to be more specific. So my best advice would be spend the time to figure out what you enjoy doing and really where you see yourself. If you want to be like a cybersecurity analyst, which is somebody that's looking at a network level or endpoint level security, analyzing packets, AI, a lot of AI systems are being created and have been created already that are analyzing all those millions of packets for
Right,
patterns and
yeah.
looking for bad things. But if you want to be
Anomaly.
the human element for that stuff, that's a cybersecurity analyst, and that's okay if you want to do that. Or if you want to be more of a C level, then you're going to need to do more executive functions and maybe get your CISSP or something like that. There's sort of certain certifications
Mhm.
that are specific to the job role and type. And I'm not saying or endorsing that you have to get a certification either. I'm just saying I actually don't really believe a lot in the certification process, because I feel like it's just a big moneymaker for a lot of
Mhm,
people and or a
mhm.
lot of companies. It's a easy way when you don't have much experience. It's an easy way to help differentiate yourself, because like if you spend 3 years building stuff at home and setting up servers and networking and just kind of figuring all that stuff out because it's interesting to you, that's great. But it's hard to kind of portray that in an interview, right? It's
Mhm.
like, yeah, you could say you did all this stuff, but until you put that person on the job, you don't really know if they know their stuff or not.
Yeah.
And the big problem in our industry, especially, I think my company has this problem, and I think that a lot of companies have this problem, is we can't find people that can actually function and do the job in the real world.
Mm,
Like they look great on paper and
mhm.
they do great interviews, but then you throw them in the wild and it's like they paralyze. They don't know what to
Mm,
do.
okay.
So that's why I'm saying very specific and really taking the time to learn about yourself and what you enjoy and go deep in that rabbit hole and become an expert in that rabbit hole. I hope
Okay.
that's helpful.
Yeah, I really love that advice, and I hope that we have at least one gumbo listener out there that's still in school and they take heed to your advice. And I'm sure you wouldn't have a problem with them maybe reaching out to you on LinkedIn
No,
or
yeah, of course not.
connecting to you